Hi and welcome to Love TV. So as I told you earlier, I watched the movie Chasing Ice by accident, of course not, and happened to be connected with Jeff, who is the producer
And director of Chasing Ice.
So I'm thanking the universe for setting this up, and so happy that we're able to chat and share this incredible message and this movie. If you haven't seen it, I've already told you, go watch it. So I know we have a limited time because we are so busy, so would you like to kind of introduce yourself to my amazing people?
Sure.
They are cool and into
Sure. My name is Jeff Orlowski and I directed Chasing Ice. We had two other producers on the film who are both from here in Boulder. And it's a team that came together over several years. And the story is about this photographer, James Balog, and he's figured out a way to do time lapses of glaciers. And these document the glaciers all across the Arctic for multiple years. And we traveled with him and we went back to these locations to see what was happening to the ice. And it's really the first time that you can see climate change in action. You can see what's happening to these huge landscapes very visually and emotionally.
Yeah, I mean, it was intense. As I was watching it, it was like beautiful and breathtaking and yet horrific at the same time. And I guess to just really see the tangibility of, you know, what is currently our situation on the planet. So I guess what was the experience like for you being there and watching that? And
yeah. When we first started working on the project, we weren't really planning on making a movie. And my role was really just to follow James and to film everything that was happening, and we wanted to create a record and a documentation of it, but it wasn't really the objective of making a film. So for a lot of it, I was just there as part of the team, experiencing it and seeing how everything was changing, and it was really amazing just to be part of that. You know, it was 3 of us at a time, or sometimes 4 of us traveling to these places, and really just wanting to document what we were doing. It was about a year and a half into the project when we decided that we had the material to make a film. We started focusing on making a movie and kind of shifting gears to accomplish that. But for me, it was really such a special privilege and opportunity to go to these places, to see how beautiful they are and to see how fast they're changing. We never expected the glaciers to change as quickly as they are. And that was one of the biggest shocks for us, I would say.
yeah, so how did that feel? Like, how did that feel when you were like realizing, like holy shit?
Yeah,
like,
it was
like?
We always, for most of us on the team, we knew that the glaciers were changing. We didn't know how quickly. We didn't know what it would look like. So we were always curious about what the cameras would record, what the time-lapse cameras would record. For me, one of the most shocking moments was it's a story that ties into this one place in Alaska that we would go to frequently at the Columbia Glacier. And the first time I ever went ice climbing was by the Columbia Glacier on this feature. It's called dead ice. It's the ice that's next to the glacier. It doesn't flow with the glacier. And we'd spend days climbing there and photographing. And the next time our team went back there, all of that ice had disappeared. And to see a landscape that you're so familiar with that became so special, it completely vanished over the course of a couple of months. It's like going away on vacation and coming home and your entire neighborhood is gone. The homes are gone, the streets are gone, and just imagine a complete upheaval of that entire landscape. Those are very powerful emotional moments when you could kind of start to get a sense of the scale of these landscapes and how fast they're changing, and knowing that it's human caused and it's being sped up by human activity, and that we need to do something about it. Those are all powerful rallying cries for us.
So how do you take, because I think this is probably a lot of people's challenge, is how do you take that like emotional feeling of like, oh my god, this is terrible, you know, which I think you can't not feel. You watch it and it's like it hits you, and then the fear of we only have so much time, and then the like what can I do? You know, it's almost like people get, it appears to me, stuck and frozen, like they don't know what to do, they don't know how to help, you know, it's like I'm a little tiny human being and like, what can I do?
Right. It's a tricky question. There's a lot that needs to happen. We've put a list of them on our website on chasingice.com. There are a list of things that you can do that are, some of them easy, some of them more complicated. We're constantly working on building out more and more of a call to action campaign, of really providing people with opportunities and things that they can do that are going to make a very big difference. Whether that's putting solar panels in your house or driving a more sustainable vehicle. There are a lot of companies that will put solar panels on your home for free, and it costs you less on a monthly basis. It's cheaper than your electric bill typically. So these models and these paradigms are really shifting in terms of how we can make a big difference. Sometimes people ask if it's too late, which is an interesting question because to some degree the answer is yes. We are already seeing the consequences of climate change. We know that they're happening. But is it too late to do anything? No, absolutely not. I sort of think of it like a forest fire. Like there's a forest fire that's going on, we see it. If you ask is it too late, what does it mean? This fire's already started, but we need to put the fire out. We need to stop the fire from burning down homes. We need to stop it from destroying, you know, more than it needs to. So the mindset for me really is one of mitigating this issue, and it's something that we need to, as a society, do together. We need to act up and we need to make a difference. And the thing is, we can. I mean, humans have caused this issue and we can solve this. The solutions are very well known, very well established. We can do them if we want to. We just have to go ahead and do them. Right,
and it needs everybody to participate. Because I think often what happens is this feeling of isolation, which, you know, the fear that is kind of spread across the world of, you know, you're helpless, you're small, you can't really make a difference. And I think the more we connect with each other and recognize the power that we have within us, and I was, you know, talking to Jeff before we turned the camera on, you know, telling him a little bit more about, you know, the work that I do and the body's ability to heal itself, our power to change ourselves and our surroundings with our imagination, and the reality that we are existing in this infinite density of energy. And for me it feels like, you know, kind of coming together, stepping into our own individual recognition of this power, supporting each other to do that, and then you know, like letting go of the fear or the worry that like you'll be the strange one. You know, I think too, it's like, you know, it's been, you know, that there were like the minority of people who are like, oh my goodness, you know, climate change, or they're talking about some strange energy thing, you know, and it's like they used to be weird, and now I see like we're becoming the majority, and I think that the more we all feel that on a very tangible level, the more suddenly this wave is just gonna like flow.
Yeah, and you're saying we all, you know, we all need to get involved. We all can get involved. There are ways that everybody can use their skills to make a difference. James, the subject of the film, was a photographer with an idea, and he just wanted to follow his passion and make something happen. And like we have a team of people. So many people volunteer their time. Our lawyers, our editors, our designers, you know, graphics design, web people. Like everybody is using their skill set to make a difference with this issue, and they were all coming around this one project, but using a very diverse and broad set of skills to make a difference here. And you know, people sometimes ask what they can do, and I like to tell them, I don't know what you can do. You tell me what you can do, and let's figure out a way to put it to use. And you know, we've had musicians write songs, we've had young kids create new companies all around, like new sustainable models of retrofitting buildings in a big way that's going to make them money, but also make a big difference environmentally. There are solutions out there that we don't know about yet. And people are going to invent them, and people are going to use all sorts of different talents and skills to make them happen.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, ultimately it feels like if you are following your passion, you know, if you're connected to this planet and you even use the word passion, you know, it's like you're already tuned in, you're already tapped in, and so the more you live that, then you just become this radiance, and people want to be around you, and you are making a difference, and it's all connected, and that is making the biggest difference for our planet as a whole. So I guess I would challenge you, or like to inspire you today to do something that inspires you, that you are passionate about, and just make the connection. Just literally like, oh yeah, this is connected. If you're going out and you're playing a song for somebody, or you're creating a program, or you're having a conversation, recognizing that it is connected to this bigger movement that is happening. And so I want to thank you so much for having your role, and I thank my life for having my role, and I definitely am here to support, and very passionate about helping the interconnections of all this and helping to spread this message. So if you haven't watched Chasing Ice, make sure you go watch it. The website is chasingice.com, right?
Yep.
Yes. And share it with 3 people, at least 3 people. And also they have this really cool thing where you can tweet to famous people. So go do it. Go spread it, share your inspiration. Don't believe the fear, tap into it, and very soon we're going to be standing on our new earth going, woohoo!
Cool.
So here's to that.
Here's to that. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.